research project here for this week. It's going to be a little bit longer than the other ones that you had. The other ones you had to do like 4 slides or something like that on a Google Slides presentation, with pictures and stuff. This one isn't going to be as conducive to pictures. You definitely can put pictures. If you'd like to do a Google slides with illustrations of pictures, that would be awesome, but I'm not going to require pictures on this one. So if you want to do this as a Google Docs instead, where it's just typing, you write the question and then you type and write information about each one of the questions, that would be fine. I'm not going to set it up where the forms has the space for you to put the questions, because I want you to spend a little more time with it than you would be able to just off the forms. So you have hooked into the assignment here. There's a link to the Environmental Protection Agency's website called Climate Kids. It's a really good one. And I'll tell you, it's a bigger website with a lot of links and stuff like that. You can take your time, have some fun exploring it. You don't have to read every single link and piece of information that's on that whole thing, because if you add it all up, it's pretty giant. But I want you to explore that website a bit, and I want you to get certain information while you're doing it and sort of summarize some of the information you find with a series of questions that I have listed on the assignment itself. So you'll see that as your guideline. One of them, what are some of the clues or pieces of evidence that the climate is changing? So as a scientist, they look for evidence. It has to be evidence-based. So what are the indicators that the climate is changing? 2, I want you to get into what are the causes of climate change? 3, what is the greenhouse effect? That's an important concept there. So I want you to explain. And when I'm saying explain, write a good paragraph about what it is, not just like a 1-sentence thing, okay? A few sentences about how it works, what's going on, and explain the thing instead of just a climate change, greenhouse effect, blah, blah, blah. A little longer than that, a little research involved where you're understanding it. And then I want you to go, what are some of the impacts of climate change, how it could change our planet and the conditions on the planet. And last, I want you to write a bit about, for each of these, write a paragraph, explain what you found and the information you got. What are some of the ways you can be part of the solution? What are things that we can do to help mitigate climate change and perhaps prevent it from being as bad as it otherwise might be there then? Okay, so this is something that it's a pretty important issue. I would have liked to spend more time on this. I'm not going to make it something where you got to spend 100 hours on it, but I do want you to spend a few hours on this project, okay? Like spend 2 or 3 hours at least, okay? It's not something that you can get finished in 25 minutes, all right? Okay, so anyway, that is the last assignment of this series of online learning. We're going to start something a little bit different next week, where all the science teachers, we're all going to be using the same curriculum. So even 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. This is one that came out from the Carolina, the publishers of our book. It's about bees. And it's pretty interesting. It's got a lot of different aspects of bees. Okay, one of it has to do with like reproduction and the pollination and that kind of stuff. And then why are they in danger? That's kind of an interesting ecological issue. So there's a number of different topics, and that is going to be what we basically finish out the school year, doing this, an ongoing thing, sort of step by step. And each week I'll give you, here's what you need to do this week, here's what you need to do next week, that kind of thing. And so I'll be guiding you through it, but it should be pretty interesting and pretty good. And so I will see you guys later on, and that's it for me now. Bye-bye.